So let me introduce you in case my folks don't know. Dan Morris has been doing this BC Stack thing for 7 years now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And I met you at one of the NAMs a long, long time ago when we were both young and slightly less gray.
Did you
But
get
yeah,
gray at all?
hmm,
Are you have any gray?
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's what I got.
that's pandemic. This is a new color called Pandemic Gray.
Oh, I think mine's straight from the Fantastic Four.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the
So
stretch.
you do some really, I mean, I'm so impressed with the stuff that you do. A, you must be exhausted. And B, to put together 60 plus 65 products in a bundle or a stack is just, I can't even imagine. It's a monumental task.
It is a for me it's a fun task.
Hmm.
And 60, I mean, this year it happens to have 79, but we still
Wow.
promise 65.
Yeah.
Um the real value, like the deep down real value of the stack is three things.
Hmm.
The first thing is it enables you to break out of what I call or refer to as Facebook incest. And that is when you're in a Facebook group and somebody
Yeah.
asks a question and the same questions get asked regularly,
Right.
the same answers pop up.
Hmm.
What plugin do you use for SEO on a WordPress blog?
Right.
Everybody says Yoast, right?
Hmm.
And now you're using Yoast because he said Yoast, because she said Yoast, because they said Yoast, because
Hmm.
they're all in this group where they all learn from each other.
Right.
And then there aren't a lot of new ideas. So our original concept was when we were traveling in New Zealand, and
Hmm.
a couple people hadn't heard of Gary Vaynerchuk before.
Yeah.
I realized that the internet wasn't the great equalizer I thought it was.
Hmm.
So what if we introduced our experts to them and their experts to our audience, and like maybe for the first time, I mean, if you're getting ideas from people who have successful businesses in New Zealand and
Yeah.
Indonesia, and they're completely different than the way you're doing things here, if you can see something in the difference that
Hmm.
would actually make your business different, like that is like the actual power of it. Like the idea that maybe there's a guy doing a roofing company in New Jersey,
Hmm.
and he's selling his roofing services online, but he's doing something so different
Yeah.
that you would never be in a roofing group to even hear about it online. You're only in video marketing group, right?
Right. Right.
But how would you even know to get into a roofing group? So we find these people, and a lot of them
Hmm.
come from a referral, but
Yeah.
a majority come from a spreadsheet that I keep called a universe spreadsheet.
Hmm.
I go through the Warrior Forum, Amazon,
Hmm.
podcasts. I look for the top people
Yeah.
in the niche in every field that I can find the top people
Hmm.
on Quora, and then I see if they have a product, and then I just ask them like, and it's a cold call most of the time, which I'm very comfortable with. I
Hmm.
didn't used to even like I never would have considered cold calling as a career,
Yeah.
like a sales career. That just sounds like so many no's, sounds like
Hmm.
death. But for some reason with the stack, I fell in love with the idea of it so much that
Hmm.
I can cold call you because I can tell you how I'm going to make your world better.
Right.
If you can get on the phone and someone's going to tell you how your world could be better, and all you have to do is give me access to your product for 1 week. That's all I need. 1 week. You can sell it the other 51 weeks of the year. But if you give it to me for 1 week, I'm going to give you a brand new audience.
Hmm.
It means new audience to sell products to, new audience to learn from, new audience to populate your Facebook group, new audience to show up at your live streams. Like I'm going to do that if you give me one product for 1 week. And we get that from 65 people. And if we have no common friends, then you're perfect
Yeah.
because I know that we have different audiences.
Yeah.
Um, I really don't like it when I find somebody on Amazon who's got this great book, and then I go to Facebook and I find them, and we have like 780 common friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't need that. I need
Right.
people far from me, because we're in year 7. So I need a guy in Mongolia who's doing internet marketing, and a guy in Russia and Finland and like Wyoming. Like, I was born in
Yeah.
Wyoming. There's only 2 of us. So
But yeah, and that's the thing that struck me because I did, as you know, you were kind enough to send me images of many of the products, and I did like a video montage, which was
Yeah.
fun. And you guys are welcome to use it. Any affiliates welcome to
Well, I've
use it.
seen it several times today.
And I'm like, who are these people? And like, that's a really cool product. How come I don't know this person? I was starting to be like, oh man, but that's the great thing. It's like it's
Well,
not what I call the usual suspects.
no, and I think that there are bundles and summits out there that have the same people every year.
Yeah.
And I think that might be why they don't have huge growth,
Hmm.
because we have, I don't know, 20%, turnover from one year to the next, but that
Yeah.
means 80% of the people are brand new. I
Right.
have to enter them into the system. They don't even know what the stack is.
Hmm.
And if they're bringing new blood, and they are new blood, then every year it's like invigorated with a whole new set of people. That's kind of the concept of it. And we do one in October called Podcasters Kit.
Hmm.
Um, and I'll say this: I made a little bit of a calculation error
Yeah.
on Podcasters Kit, because we'd done blogging. We'd done BC Stack for 4 years, and then I thought, hey, we'll do another one for podcasters. But what I realized the first year was there just weren't that many people that had podcasting courses. There were very few. So I had to convince people to create a course for that.
There's a lot of podcasters though.
Yeah, a lot of
So the
podcasts.
market is there.
And then my second miscalculation was because the third leg of BC Stack is the affiliates.
Hmm.
There's 400, 500, 600 affiliates every year, and the affiliates are ones that bring in all the new traffic.
Right.
They got lists all over the place in Sweden and South
Hmm.
Africa. They're bringing everybody there.
Right.
But what I didn't realize about podcasters was they didn't really have lists.
Hmm.
So, building that one has been a learning curve for me in
Yeah.
the concept of doing these kinds of projects. But doing that one means you get to meet podcasters from all over the world,
Hmm.
and you learn stuff that you wouldn't normally have learned. And even in, podcasting is largely software based.
Yeah.
So learning about different software, and in the stack this year, there's a plugin.
Hmm.
We usually have some software, some different things. There's a 1-year membership to Infinitunes,
Yeah, I
which is
saw
a
that.
really cool site. Do
Mhm.
you know about that site?
No, but I saw it. I mean, I discovered it from you guys.
Yeah. So Infinitunes, you basically load up your video
Hmm.
into Infinitunes, and you tell it, I want dramatic music, soft music,
Oh,
and it
wow.
will create music for
That's
the
cool.
video.
Hmm.
So there's no copyright issues anywhere because
Yeah.
music never existed before.
Hmm.
So that's in there. And then there's a plugin for WordPress, a premium plugin that I think is pretty cool.
That is wild.
Yeah, there's just so many different things.
Mhm.
Oh, you know what really piqued my interest was 2 products. The first one was quiz funnels,
Right.
because we had a client that was making 60,000 a month selling digital products through a quiz on YouTube.
Wow.
And it was a fitness industry. He was teaching you either how to bulk up like a He-Man, or
Mhm.
look like a superhero, like get tight and toned.
Mhm.
And depending on the answers you took to the quiz, it took you to a different fitness program, and you bought the program and you made money.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So when somebody suggested they would put their quiz funnel product in the stack, I was all over that. I thought
Mhm.
that would be fantastic.
And you have a ton of like new launches. I mean, I'll admit something to you. Don't be mad at me, but I literally finished my course 10 minutes before this call. People were downloading it, and I was uploading like the next module.
Nice.
Mine is like brand new, just finished. And I'll also tell you that I just looked at Infusionsoft, and I have, already have 70 people in there. So I'm like, holy
Oh,
crap.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
But it's kind of cool that there's a lot of new stuff.
Well, this year, I had the idea of doing the world's largest product launch.
Hmm.
So I asked everybody, were you thinking about launching a product this year? And if so, would you consider launching it with the stack?
Right.
And I liked the idea because I thought if you built a product today,
Hmm.
and that means you use the post-COVID mindset to build
Yeah.
the product. And whether or not that actually shows up in the product, I'm not sure. But I do know that it's very easy to see a TV show and know whether it was filmed before or after, right?
Yeah.
You can automatically tell a big party or a school dance, no
Mhm.
masks, everything looks like it used to, right?
Yeah.
So I thought if we had a bunch of products and they were all new and they were built with the new mindset, which may or may not affect the product, but it's still there, it's still part of us.
Yeah.
that all of the products would be much fresher and would feel like they're pertaining to this particular world that we live in now.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because, and that's why I kind of waited till the last minute because, I mean, I don't know that we'll go back to live events the way they were, but I do know Zoom's not going away and virtual
Oh,
meetings aren't going away. So I'm like, okay, you like Zoom? Here are 5 other tools that are better than Zoom that I discovered that you can do this and do that and have
yes.
virtual. So like, I'm trying to do stuff. I mean, some of them are tried and true tools, obviously, but I was trying to find stuff that was like, how do you do business today, now, not
Mm.
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
for me, Events Anywhere is my favorite.
Mhm.
You use that one yet?
Haven't seen that one. I've used AirMeet and there's one called Crickle.
Oh,
Some of them are more geared towards sales and sales calls. Other ones are trying to replicate, real live events with backstages and socials and all that kind of stuff. But
that's cool.
I love just, digging through and finding that stuff and doing something new and fun. So,
Dude, so this Events Anywhere one, when you go to it, you know how Zoom, like we're all looking at Zoom.
right.
There's no sidebar. It's just the video, right? But on Events Anywhere, there's a sidebar.
Hmm.
And across the top, there are room buttons.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So you could have a conference that has 5 tracks.
Hmm.
And then at
Simultaneously.
1 o'clock, you could click the different tracks. You could go
That's
between
cool.
rooms.
Yep.
But then what makes it even cooler is on the sidebar, there's a lounge.
Hmm.
And you could click someone's link and say, hey, do you want to go chat about this further? And then you can both go into a private
Yep.
one-on-one little lounge area with
That's
other people could join it. And then there's another room where you could both sit at a table like an expo.
yeah.
And somebody's presenting about their product. Anyway, I just thought,
That's cool. So now my course is not done because now I have to add that one. What was the name of it?
yeah, because I was like, man, this is cool. There's a lot
What
of
is it
neat.
called?
I think it's Events Anywhere.
Oh, okay. And there's another one that's really kind of fun called MMHMM dot
Mm,
app, I think. And it's got like all these animated backgrounds and just crazy slides, and you can
yeah,
do effects and have, bring people in and out. And, because I'm on Zooms like, pretty much all day and I get bored and I'm like, okay, I need to go play with my video filter and video settings, and I need to put smiley faces around me and
nice.
pride and so because I'm easily distracted, so I need I need
That's
just
cool.
stuff to do. But this is, yeah, I mean, this is so cool that you're doing this. It's just this week, so people got to jump on it. It's ridiculous. I guess the only question I have is like, what do you like? How do you begin to get into that many products as a user? Do you just cherry pick things or decide I'm going to focus on this area? Or I know you have some sessions and things like that to walk through some of the stuff with folks.
So in the first year, I think that I was a little bit surprised of about the overwhelm feeling that people gave after they bought it.
Yeah.
I think in the Facebook group when I saw that people were overwhelmed with how much stuff, I didn't at that time know how to reply to that. I didn't know
Hmm.
how to respond to that. But since then, we really had a chance to really think through like how do you use something like this. So to start, I want you to think about a salad bar. Go
Hmm.
to a restaurant, which you can't do anymore, but you go to a restaurant and you buy the salad bar. You know there's cottage cheese and beets and peaches on the salad bar.
Yeah.
According to the menu, you've purchased everything,
Right.
right? But when you take your tray and your plate down, you don't put everything on your salad. Like it
Hmm.
just doesn't happen. But the other thing is, you also don't worry about the things you didn't take. Like for some reason, I never worried that I didn't get my money's worth because I left cottage cheese on the salad bar.
Yeah.
Like I never left the restaurant thinking that I didn't get my money's worth
Hmm.
because what I did get was the things that I needed at that time.
Right.
Um, so when you go to BC Stack and you look at the homepage and you see all the products, instead of thinking, what do I do with everything? I want you to think more about like a salad bar. Like, what is it that I could use right now?
Hmm.
Now, I would personally like you to start by grabbing a product from a Harvard professor called Why Smart Leaders Fail. To me, this is probably the best place to start in the stack.
Hmm.
And when she proposed this idea to me, she had never heard of the stack either. She was actually looking for where is a good place to launch my product,
Hmm.
and came across something that talked about our launch and decided, oh, I should launch it with that. And then when she told me what it was about, I realized, wait a second, that is exactly what we need. So I say start here because the premise of her product is
Hmm.
smart leaders fail because they have tendencies. And if you don't understand your tendencies, then those tendencies will lead you astray. And one of them, mine, and probably yours, not you, Lou, but watching, is I like to take the path of least resistance. And I realize that as a like the CEO of Chrysler, or the CEO of Disney, I think when you're in a meeting and the CEO is talking about getting things done, I don't think taking the path of least resistance in order to get a Star Wars deal worth $1,400 billion is on his mind.
Hmm.
But I do know that taking the path of least resistance for me meant never even starting an e-commerce site because it seemed difficult.
Yeah.
So that tendency is what has slowed business down for me. So the idea that she has this product about learning, like what are some of the tendencies that might slow you down, and maybe the idea of Stack being overwhelming or too many products, maybe that's one of your tendencies, is not being able to focus and see the gold and see for $47 I can get this $2,000 product, and with it I can make $100,000. Like that mindset is where you need to be able to get. So moving from overwhelm into focus,
Hmm.
then I tell myself, okay, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I decided if I'm going to learn digital marketing, then I need a resource library. So in Dropbox, I created a folder for email marketing, copywriting, video, YouTube, Facebook ads. And there's a whole section of
Hmm.
folders. And if Lou Bortone gives unbelievable advice on Facebook for video, I screenshot the advice, I put it in my video folder. If I buy BC Stack and it's got 65 courses, I download them in the 60 days and I put them in the folder. Because
Right.
at some point in time, I'm going to think, I do want to build a digital empire on Etsy.
Yeah.
Now, I might not have that on my plan right now, but once I've sold 60,000 ebooks and I'm looking for another place where I can sell my ebook, why not Etsy?
Right.
So I go to my Etsy folder and I see that I have a build a digital empire on Etsy course right in the folder. Now, it might not be today, but at some point, like these things I'm going to need.
Hmm.
There's the quiz thing, there's like Clubhouse, there's copy writing, there's launching products, there's even 3 merch products, actual merch. That's like a notebook template or a journal template.
Yeah.
And the real value in this, we learned in selling Rachel's book that we got a Penguin Random House deal and we have a book, right?
Yeah.
And the book's at Amazon and Barnes and Noble, all those other places. But on our site, you can buy the book for $9.99.
Yeah.
But what if I went to the Stack and instead of selling the book, I also made an accompanying journal to go with it? What if I made a workbook? What if I made a book club workbook to go with it? And then I sold them, instead of $9.99, I sold them for $19.99 because I bundled these 3 other products with it.
Yeah.
And now I make $10 extra for a digital product that I only had to make once.
Right.
And you don't know that you're going to do that now, but if you have the Stack and you put that in your folder, when it's time to make a journal, you're going to have the template, you're going to be able to customize it, make it awesome, and make it an added benefit when you're selling something on your site.
Yeah.
So that's my first advice, is that you create a resource folder, and then you screenshot things, you get courses, you put them in the appropriate place, and then when you need to do something, you've got what you need to get.
Yeah.
And then the second hand-holding thing that we do now, which we didn't do before, was in the Facebook group, we interview the creators of the products. We talk about the products themselves. Why would you need this? Who needs this? When do you need it? Under what circumstances would an underwater basket weaving guy need this product? When would a runner need this product? When would a knitting blog need this product? When would a roofer need this product? Like, we go through the stuff. So if you're just paying attention, and I will say that the Facebook group is not like other groups. It's busy for 60 days.
Yeah.
And then it's quiet
Right.
for the rest of the year. You've got plenty of groups you need to belong to. So for 60 days, we totally go through the stuff. We answer questions. We go through stuff. It's almost like a fixed term membership almost.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Um,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't have to fill your feed the rest of the year. People ask some questions, but otherwise, once that comes around, it gets busy again.
Hmm.
So that's kind of how we combat the idea of overwhelm in so many products.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an internet marketer, if you're using digital tools to drive revenue, you don't know what product you're going to invent next year. You might do a summit next year. And do you know how summits make money? They allow you to come for free, and then they charge $7 for the accompanying workbook. Where do you get the workbook? You get the template and stack.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to do a summit next year? Maybe. You might as well have the template.
Yeah. That's awesome. Fabulous. No, I love it. It's I'm glad to be back this year. You guys do an awesome job with it, and it's just ridiculous value for the
It
money.
is ridiculous value.
I mean, any one of the 70 plus products would be $47. It's just crazy. So
there is one product. Okay, this is funny. So I say I get about 120 products lined up to be in the stack.
yeah,
Because in my head, 30 people are not going to get it done in time.
yeah,
On the last minute, they're going to tell me I didn't get it done.
yeah.
And in the end, every year, I end up with like 68 products. It's perfect. I get 110, I end up with 68. It's great. Well, for some reason, I've gotten a little bit better at helping people along, giving some ideas. And now all of a sudden, at the end of the project, I didn't have 65, I had 100. I was like, what am I going to do with this? So I started going through the products, and some of them are thin, so I just tell them we can't put it in the stack this year, because if it's not good, people won't buy it next year. So it's got to be good. But then I cannot. What do I have the name of the product? Oh yeah, it is How to Showcase Your Brand with Photos.
Oh.
A step-by-step guide to choosing stock photos to reflect your brand and business. And it is valued at $10. 10. So, I don't need it, right? I have plenty of products, and I have plenty of $300 products to fill my 65. So, but I give everyone a shot, right? I looked at it, I went through it, and I realized that the only thing wrong with the product was the title, because the product itself is worth way more than 10.
Yeah.
And it's all about building a style guide. I'm not sure if they don't know the word style guide, but a style guide is very important to your business.
Right.
So there is one $10 product in the stack that, to me, if you listen, if you just read it, it's going to be worth thousands for your business. So I was ready to send the email that said, this doesn't fit the stack. But then I walked through it and I was like, holy mackerel, this is an entire style guide course.
That's amazing. Yeah.
This is going to stay.
When I took that style guide class at UCLA Extension, it was like $2,000. So back in the day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the idea that there's an entire course on it and they have a course, I'm like, maybe
but
you
that's
guys
cool. Those are the finds you're gonna find when you kind of get stuck going through this stuff. So
yeah.
Again, thanks for doing it. Thank you for letting me be part of it. And
oh yeah, man, every year.
We're gonna talk a lot about it this week, and we're gonna run this video again a handful of times. So
let me say something about Lou. Lou is the only video guy I know who's, I don't know if the word genuine or authentic is better. Maybe authentically video. Like his signature in his email is a video. Sometimes he sends me video replies. When he speaks, there's always video on the screen. Like there aren't a lot of people like Lou who are the essence of their business.
You got to walk the walk.
Yeah, and I think there are other video people who walk the walk, but I'm not sure there are other video people whose passion for video is actually the business. Like for me, your passion for video is different than somebody who does video reviews. Like you have a love of your thing that I just don't think other people have. So if you're going to follow a video person, like if you're going to follow a fan of U2, don't follow the guy who can't name all the albums. Like follow the guy who knows all the albums, the years, and the lyrics. That is Lou when it comes to video. Like, there's just not a lot of other people out there who are just the essence of what
Well,
being.
thanks. I appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people say, why don't you do this? Why don't you try that? I'm like, I like doing this stuff. I could probably make more money doing other stuff, but this is good. I'm good. So
This
I
is
have
what
my
I'm saying.
I have my swinging fake bachelor pad. So what else do I need?
That's what I have here. I have the adult children came to live with us. So
Awesome.
now my office is the bedroom while the office is being used by
Oh
the.
my gosh. Well, I adore you and your wife and your amazing family. So thank you so much for doing this. And I hope we can see each other in real life one of these days.
Yeah, where do you live?
I'm in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to live in Dover. We've had that.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah.
went to high school
They have
there.
a little plaque up on the road for you up there.
Oh,
I'll take a
yeah.
picture of it and show you.
My
So,
dad was one of the people that helped to close Peas.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back then, long time ago.
Yeah. In the Bush years. But now it's kind of bustling again.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard.
I get planes buzzing. That's like 5 minutes from me. So I got planes buzzing over my head all day. But yeah, it's all good. So thanks
All right.
for BC Stack. We're going to talk about it a lot this week and go get it.
Hey, do not forget to get it before the time runs out, because once it closes on Friday night, I
Mhm.
take down the sales page. I put up the preview for the next project. That means that the shopping cart goes away. I take a nap and then I pay all the affiliates, and I'm done. I
Yeah.
get like 100 emails from people who tell me their computer died, their mom was sick, they left the tab open. Look, I just can't help you. At that point, it's
You got
over.
a week.
So get it today while you're thinking about it. Don't just open the tab. Like, you will forget and
Right.
you will send me an email and I will disappoint you.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thanks again. I appreciate it. Good to
All
talk.
right.